All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have been waiting for. It's time to go racing at Michigan. Stephen Gibson and Mark Nelson on the front row. Vern Spring with his best qualifying run of the season, and Ray Hillhouse have the second. Rick Sargent, Kyle Holden on the third row. Jared Easley and Kevin Reed on the fourth row. Jeff Hinkle, Brian Oshinska round out the top 10. Michael Whiting, Nick Marco starting 11th and 12th. 13th is Richie West, Bill Percy in 14th. Albie Hewen starts 15th. DJ Kenner in 16th. Mark Dantuma starts in 17th. Kevin, I use Streamlabs. Kevin, if you ever get the chance, I'll send you a message later. You'll get a kick out of the Nicole thing. Just waiting for one or two more drivers to take to the grid here. If you have a favorite driver in the field, make sure you drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. Don't forget to hit like, share, follow, subscribe, hit all those buttons. You know you like pushing buttons anyway. Every time we get the stream shared, it helps our algorithm, helps these drivers and sponsors especially get more visibility. Here we go. The drivers roll off pit road. Everybody gets going. Jeff Hinkle starting back in the fifth row. This is a tire-saving track. Tires are huge here. You'll want to keep a close eye on him late in the run. They have 4 total sets of tires available for 90 laps here tonight. The fuel window, 35 to 40 laps. This could be a 2-stop race if it stays green. All the drivers getting lined up on the back straightaway, stacked up side by side. Stephen Gibson will lead them down on the drop of the green flag. Last night in the truck race, we saw 3 and 4 wide racing. Definitely going to see a lot more of that here tonight as the pace car turns down pit road. Round 2 of the playoffs begins here at Michigan. Green flag in the air. They're down and away. Interesting note, in the truck series last night, we did see, even on fresh tires on restarts, some spun tires, so anything could happen here tonight. We've got one car dropping back. Richie West, a bad start. Michael Whiting was briefly 3 wide off turn 2. Now Whiting is fading. Stephen Gibson out front. Mark Nelson in second. Hillhouse now in third. Vern Spring sets fourth. Kyle Holden in fifth. They get single file. Jeff Hinkle back there in 10th, trying to make his way up. He is tied for third in the points. Jared Heasley looking under Kevin Reed. That is the battle for 7th. Both drivers in the playoffs. 1 point apart. Kevin Reed, Rick Sargent get very, very close off turn 2. Stephen Gibson has a little bit of a gap on Mark Nelson. Now they're getting a little frisky mid-pack. 2 by 2 from about third place on back. Kevin Reed marching his way toward the front here. He did say this track does not like him much. He's not been very successful here, but he is on the move. Brian Oshinska makes a power move down the back straightaway to pick up several spots. Brian in the Duracell car had a fast run in the Truck Series last night, looking to have another top 5 finish tonight. Kevin, that is correct. Slobs is Streamlabs. Gibson out front, Nelson in second. Vern Spring still holds on to third. Kevin Reed now up 4 spots into 4th place. Ray Hillhouse currently sits in 5th. Kyle Holden in 6th. The points leader just riding at the moment. Jared Heasley has dropped back into 7th place. Rick Sargent starting to go back. Here comes Jeff Hinkle. Jeff up to 9th and starting to make his way forward. Brian Oshinska, after the last lap, picking up a ton of positions, has now dropped back into 11th. Meanwhile, Mark Dantuma and DJ Kenner starting to make their way forward. Bill Percy has had a rough start to the race, currently back in 17th. He guarantees he's hoping for a caution here shortly to get another shot at it. Gibson had been out front without any challenge, but now here comes Mark Nelson. Mark down to the bottom looking for the lead here. Kevin Reed also coming. Here comes Jared Heasley as well. Ray Hillhouse in the mix, back to 6th place now. Stephen Gibson still holds the lead with Nelson in 2nd, Vern in 3rd, Kevin Reed in 4th. Michael Whiting already up into 8th place after starting in 11th. He is starting to make his way forward. Brian Oshinska on the high side coming past Richie West. Richie squeaked his way into the playoffs last week. Or into round 2 of the playoffs, rather. Trying to hold on to that playoff berth. Vern Spring looking on the high side. He's going for 2nd. Vern having an awesome run here tonight. Kevin Reed dropping to the bottom, trying to find his way into 3rd. Vern Spring now up to 2nd. Jeff Hinkle still marching his way forward now, up into 6th. Kevin Reed up 4 spots into 4th. Michael Whiting now coming by Hillhouse for 7th. Caution! Our first caution of the night. And trying to determine what the caution was for. Let's take a quick look at Ray Hillhouse, see if anything happened there. Hillhouse bounced off the wall out of turn 2. Don't see anything that would have triggered the caution, though. Let's see if we can get all the race control and find out. Hey, Nicole, it's Doug. You got me, bud? Hey, Nicole, it's Doug.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, could not see what happened. What brought out the caution?
The 80 and the 73 got together.
All right, we will take a look at the replay. Thank you much, ma'am, and good luck tonight.
Hey, thanks.
All right, let's see if we can get a quick look. DJ Kenner, Nick Marco. DJ on the bottom, Nick up top, off turn 4. DJ trying to get all the side draft he can as they go off into 1 and 2. Out of turn 2, Nick a little bit loose off of 2. Oh, there it is. Looks like Nick tried to set the car into the turn. Just came across the nose of DJ Kenner. Only a couple of cars on pit road. The 2 cars involved in that one. Looks like actually most of the field did come to pit road. Jared Heasley is the first one off, looking through pit stops. And yes, everybody but Heasley went to pit road. Let's see if we can talk to our leader. Hey, Jared, it's Doug. You got me?
What's up, Doug?
Hey, a bold strategy here, seeing if the old tires will hold up.
Well, the old tires won't hold up. What it is just saving a set for later. I'm going to get eaten alive here, but we'll stick to the strategy I have and see if we can come out on top.
Well, are you worried at all about this staying green and being in a bad fuel situation?
No, we still have to pit twice from here no matter what. So everybody else has to pit twice. We're going to stay green, and late in the race, if we get a caution, I'll be the only one here with fresh tires. So we'll see if something works out. It's going to take some good luck in my fortune, but hopefully I have the speed to keep up a little bit.
Well, good luck, man. Get that MS Society car back in victory lane.
We'll try, Doug.
Jared Heasley playing a little strategy, hoping for a little bit of luck here early on. Everybody stacked back up, ready to go for the restart. And you know what we haven't done tonight, but this seems like the perfect time to do it? Yep, it's that time again. When the pace car drops in, I'm going to shut up. You guys crank it up. It is crank it up time as the pace car drops in, and Jared Heasley will control the restart. Here we go. Crank it up, everybody. All right, always a good time when we do that. Stephen Gibson has gone back to the lead. Jared Heasley on old tires, dropping back to fourth for the moment. Kevin Reed now up into second. Mark Nelson in third. Michael Whiting, the biggest mover, now up into fourth. I stand corrected. Mark Dantuma is the biggest mover, up 9 spots into 8. One driver who benefited a lot from that caution, Bill Percy, now back, Wild Bill, now back up with the rest of the pack. Ray Hillhouse looks to have had some problems. He has drifted all the way back into 15th. Came in tonight second in points. Don't count him out yet. Gibson out front by 1.1 seconds, but Kevin Reed is closing that gap quickly. Mark Nelson in third, Whiting in fourth. Jared Heasley in fifth. Kyle Holden making a move into the top 5 here. Vern Springs still having a great run, currently in the top 10 in 7th place. Richie West also making his way up into 8th. Jeff Hinkle currently holding on to 9th place. And Mark Dantuma now in 10th. Mark Dantuma losing his spot as DJ the Iceman Kenner comes underneath. Oh, Richie West almost ended up in the middle, 3 wide. They are packed up, going at it from 8 on back. Starting to see a little division in the field as Kevin Reed has gone to the lead. For a guy who said he doesn't like this track, it has not been kind to him. I'd say he's doing okay. Kevin Reed now out front over Gibson. The battle is on for third as points leader Kyle Holden looks underneath Mark Nelson. Vern Spring, Jeff Hinkle, and Michael Whiting all in the mix. Vern has a little bobble off turn 2. May have given Hinkle the opening he needed. Hinkle shoots to the bottom. He's going to go for Nelson now. The Iceman cometh. DJ Kenner now up 10 spots in the 6th and marching forward. Kevin Reed's lead now 1.5 seconds over Stephen Gibson. Jeff Hinkle, though, in third, 4 seconds back from Gibson at the moment. Gibson and Reed still pulling away while they battle behind. Kyle Holden sitting in 5th. Mark Nelson now back into 6th. Vern Spring 7th. Nick Marco now up into 8th place. Michael Whiting in 9th. Jared Heasley still holding on to the top 10. Mark Dantuma starting to reel in the top 10 now as well in 11th place. Ray Hillhouse restarted in 15th, now up into 12th, trying to make his way forward. Brian Oshinska in the Duracell car, now up in 13th. Richie West 14th. Rick Sargent, who started in 5th, has drifted all the way back into 15th. Wild Bill sits in 16th. Albie currently in 17th. Kevin Reed, though, continuing to extend his lead over Stephen Gibson. Now the lead over 2 seconds. Jeff Hinkle now in third, no longer battling, 3.5 seconds back, but he is starting to gain ground. Meanwhile, DJ Kenner up to fourth, looking for third. Michigan is a track that it doesn't matter what car Kenner is in, he is always going to be in the fight. DJ comes by into third place. Mark Dantuma in 10th place is now caught up to the pack. Jared Heasley playing some tire strategy, currently running in 11th, and it looks like Hillhouse has started to pick up momentum. Kevin Reed's lead still 2.1 seconds over Gibson, but now DJ Kenner, is starting to gain, and Vern Spring has moved back up into fourth. Everybody's starting to settle in a little bit, and it looks like tires may have equalized just a hair as Jared Heasley on the bottom trying to battle with Michael Whiting. Hillhouse has the momentum on the high side, though. He slips by up into 11th, moving Heasley back into 12th. Kevin Reed losing just a little bit of time. Stephen Gibson now just under 2 seconds behind. And DJ Kenner is closing quickly on Gibson. Now 1.9 seconds back. Vern in fourth, Hinkle in fifth. Then you've got a 1.6 second gap back to Kyle Holden and Nick Marco. Mark Dantuma starting to make some moves. He's bringing Hillhouse with him. Dantuma now in 9th. Hillhouse trying to get by Michael Whiting for 10th. Hillhouse comes by. Jared Heasley still staying in the draft with this pack. Rick Sargent was extremely fast here last night, but seems to be struggling here in the Cup car, currently in 13th. Oshinska seems to be coming alive just a little bit here later in the run. Now remember, the fuel window about 35 to 40 laps. All the drivers except for Jared Heasley stopped under that last caution at lap 10. If this stays green, Heasley will have to stop in probably 8 to 9 laps. The caution laps will have extended his fuel run. Mark Dantuma slipping back to 11th. Michael Whiting getting up into 10th place. Jeff Hinkle staying right in the tire tracks of Vern Spring in 5th place. And an unusual sight here as Kyle Holden is losing ground to the leaders. He's now 2.6 seconds back. Kyle has had a dominant season all season long. Kyle has 8 wins over the course of the season. The winningest driver this season so far, but at the moment struggling here in Michigan. Kevin Reed's lead starting to shrink very slowly, now down to 1.7 seconds. DJ Kenner, meanwhile, reeling in Stephen Gibson and is faster than the leader the last couple of times by. Vern Spring having just an epic run here tonight. As we mentioned, he's been improving dramatically all season long, but what a run we're seeing here tonight. One of our admins, Topher Baltimore, has been kind enough to provide us with the points. If this group, if there were no playoffs, if they ran traditional Winston Cup full seasons, and according to that right now, Jeff Hinkle would have came into tonight with a 27-point lead over Ray Hillhouse and Jared Easley. Kevin Reed having a great race here tonight so far. But the Iceman is coming quickly. He has Stephen Gibson in 2nd place in his sights now, less than a second back. And it looks like Jeff Hinkle's trying to make a move for 4th here. Can't get the run though. Pit stop's underway. Nick Marco is in. Jared Easley has completed his pit stop. He's on fresh tires. Richie West has also completed a stop. And look at the difference in speed with Jared on fresh tires. Remember, Jared stayed out when everybody else pitted on lap 10. Trying to save an extra set of tires just in case they get a late race caution. And look at how the closing rates. As he comes past Kyle Holden, sets his sights on Vern Spring. Let's take a look in car. Watch the closing rate. Once they get off into turn 1 and 2, Jared is going to come flying by. And you see just the huge difference that these fresh tires make. Vern giving you a reminder, don't forget to tune in tomorrow night for Jones BS Racing. Here it comes flying by Jeff Hinkle now in 4th place. The leader just ahead. Jared going to unlap himself the old-fashioned way here. Kevin Reed's lead now. DJ Kenner has cleared Stephen Gibson for second place. Kevin's lead 1.8 seconds. DJ has been consistently faster the last 5 or 10 laps. Can he catch up to Kevin Reed? And in the next 8 laps or so, we should start seeing 5 to 8 laps. We will start seeing some pit stops. Heasley looks to the outside of Kenner. He comes by second place. Kevin Reed just ahead. This is definitely going to benefit DJ. Well, nope, he couldn't even stay in the draft. That's how much faster the new fresh tires are right now. Last time by, DJ Kenner's lap a 41.83. Jared Heasley 40.42. 1.5 seconds faster. Mark Dantuma is on pit road. Heasley comes by, the leader gets himself back on the lead lap. DJ Kenner, who started in 16th, did not qualify, has raced his way all the way into second place. Stephen Gibson coming back by on the high side. Something happened to DJ off turn 4. He lost a ton of momentum. Mark Dantuma now back out on track in 15th. Kevin's lead now 2.5 seconds again over Stephen Gibson. DJ Kenner still holding on to third. Jeff Hinkle in fourth. Vern Spring losing a little ground here late in the run. He is back to fifth. Mark Nelson now heads to... Oh, Mark! Let's get a look at Mark Nelson's pit road entry. Looked like he might have had some problems. Michael Whiting was right there as he came in. Oh, Mark hard on the brakes. Almost gets the cone, but manages to get that car down onto pit road successfully. Close call. We'll see if Mark got a speeding penalty. It did look like he had it wound up in time, but we'll have to wait and see. Yes, Mark Nelson, no speeding penalty. He's on his way back off pit road. Michael Whiting is on pit road now. Stephen Gibson in second, DJ in third, Jeff Hinkle in fourth. Second through fourth, nose to tail here at the moment. Kyle Holden comes by Vern Spring. Vern on pit road. Oh, Vern almost overcooks it. Ray Hillhouse now up into sixth. A bit surprised to see Ray struggling here tonight. Mark Dantuma comes by the second through fourth place as he heads back to the lead lap here himself. Mark now up into 12th place. Mark Nelson is back out off pit road, and wow, look at this. Navigating lap traffic right now has become a little bit tricky for the guys on fresh tires. Nelson just sends it to the bottom, drifts it up. Oh my goodness. Ran out of track trying to find a line around Gibson. Mark Dantuma came by the leader, Kevin Reed, and has now put himself back on the lead lap. Kevin's lead still 2.1 seconds over Stephen Gibson. DJ Kenner and Jeff Hinkle still right there with him. Richie West, who pitted at the same time as Jared Heasley, now up into 14th. Brian Oshinska still out on track, stretching the fuel and tires, currently in 10th. These guys have to hope for a caution here soon. Oh, DJ loose off of turn 2. Tire wear really starting to show. Brian Oshinska gives up 10th. He's on pit road. Jeff Hinkle, the king of tire saving, is on pit road. Surprise Hinkle did not stretch it further. The back end a little twitchy on Kevin Reed's car off turn 2. The lead now down to 1.5 seconds. Richie now looking to get by second place. Kevin Reed still on track. For old tires, Stephen Gibson is fighting very well against Richie West on fresh tires here. He may be forcing Richie to burn up too much tire. Brian Oshinska, Jeff Hinkle coming off pit road together. And this is about to get a bit interesting. Looks like Hinkle's going to get by. Everybody settles in okay. But everybody coming back up on the track did allow. Oh, Oshinska comes flying by the leader. Looked like he was going to get to the bumper there. Vern Spring is starting to blink. Rick Sargent is on pit road. Vern's been in the top 5 all night long. Has completed his stop. You have to wonder how much longer Stephen Gibson is on pit road. You have to wonder how much longer Kevin Reed is going to try and stretch the fuel here. DJ Kenner now alone in second place. Ray Hillhouse in third. Kyle Holden in fourth. Wild Bill Percy on pit road. Richie West is going to come by the leader, putting himself back on the lead lap. And it looks like Kevin Reed is giving up the lead. He is coming in. DJ Kenner is coming in from second. Ray Hillhouse, Kyle Holden give up third and fourth. And Albie Hewins heads into pit road as well. Mark Nelson likely about to take the lead for the first time tonight. Mark Nelson to the lead. Mark Dantuma now in second. Jared Heasley up to third. And remember, Heasley on a completely different pit strategy than the rest of the field here. Jeff Hinkle in fourth. Vern Spring now back in the top five. Michael Whiting in sixth. Stephen Gibson in seventh. Richie West eighth. Kevin Reed rolls off pit road in ninth. DJ Kenner rolls off pit road in 10th. Nick Marco in 11th. Hillhouse in 12th. The points leader, Kyle Holden, comes out in 13th. Speaking of Kyle Holden, we've seen him do this all season long. Many of those 8 wins came from him stretching tires and fuel longer than everybody else and then flying by the field. Will he be able to do it again here tonight? Mark Nelson, a 1.1 second lead over Mark Dantuma. Jeff Hinkle now up to third. Jared Heasley in fourth. So far, only one caution here tonight on lap 10. Vern Spring sitting in fifth is reeling in. Actually, Vern is reeling in all of the top 4 at the moment. Currently has his sights set on Jared Heasley. Mark Nelson's lead, 1.7 seconds over Mark Dantuma. Dantuma pitted on lap 38. Nelson on lap 40. But Jeff Hinkle, who pitted on lap 46, is gaining on both of them. Jared Heasley, who last was on pit road at lap 30. Different cycle, different strategy here. Currently in fourth, but about to have Vern Spring swallow him alive. Jared is just hoping that the strategy plays out perfectly in his favor tonight. Kevin, I have to agree, it has been great racing all night and a lot of strategy coming into this one. DJ Kenner and Kevin Reed were the top 2 before green flag stops. Ray Hillhouse now looks underneath Kevin Reed, moving up to 9th. DJ in 8th, Ray Hillhouse in 9th, Kevin Reed currently in 10th. Richie West now up into 11th place. Richie pitted 1 lap after Jared Heasley. He stopped on lap 31. Nick Marco stopped on lap 33. Nick currently in 12th. Kyle Holden, the points leader, in 13th with Rick Sargent in 14th. Kyle is closing in on Nick Marco, but he's 2.3 seconds back and a long way outside of the top 10. Meanwhile, Mark Nelson's lead continuing to grow, now 2.1 seconds. You know, Kevin, I have not played that in a very long time. I don't have 22, but Jeff Hinkle in third is reeling in the top two now. Hinkle stopped 6 laps after Nelson, 8 laps after Dan Tuma. This is definitely a Jeff Hinkle kind of race. Jeff came into the night third in points. With Ray Hillhouse currently running in 8th. Kyle Holden currently running in 11th. This is going to shake up the playoffs in a big way. And with Bristol next week, anything could happen. Jeff Hinkle has gotten by Dan Tuma, now in second place, and has started gaining ground on Mark Nelson. Meanwhile, Kevin Reed starting to cut through some traffic here. Kevin now back up into 7th, right behind DJ. They both set their sights on Stephen Gibson and Ray Hillhouse. Hillhouse has finally worked his way up into the top 5 in 4th place. Kevin, I spent many years ranch handing. I understand completely. Mark Nelson out front, but Hinkle is closing. The gap now down to 1.5 seconds. Jared Heasley is back on pit road. Richie West has completed his stop as well. "61 of the 90 laps complete, 2/3 of the way through this. All the drivers now within their pit window. Final stops could start at any moment. Brian Oshinska currently 15th, running with the leaders. Whoa! Brian was wicked loose off turn 2. Brian last pitted on lap 45. Bit of a surprise to see the car getting so out of shape. Jeff Hinkle about 1.25 seconds back from the leader, chopping away at the lead. Last time by, Hinkle and Nelson's lap times were identical down to the 100th of a second. They were also the 2 fastest cars on track. I stand corrected. Last time by, the fastest car on track was 11th place Rick Sargent. Kyle Holden, after that late pit stop, currently sits in 10th. 4.7 seconds behind Vern Spring in 9th. I would not count Vern out of this one yet, though. The speed he has had here tonight, he could get back up into the fight at any moment. Jared Heasley back out on track on fresh tires, cutting through the field. Nick Marco is back on pit road for his final stop. The leader is in. Mark Nelson on pit road. Jeff Hinkle goes to the lead for the first time tonight. Mark Dantuma is in. Michael Whiting is in. Final pit stops underway at Michigan. A lot of these drivers still have 5 or 6 more laps to go, but they are looking for 4 fresh Goodyears and any advantage they can get here late in the run. And after this cycle of stops completes, that will leave Jared Heasley. Jeff Hinkle is on pit road. Heasley back to the lead lap. And Heasley will be the only driver left with an extra set of tires. If the caution were to come out once pit stops are completed, Jared Heasley will be in the best shape. Kevin Reed has now made his way back up into second. DJ Kenner has taken the lead here. The Iceman leads a lap for the first time here tonight. Kevin Reed in second, Stephen Gibson now in third, Hillhouse fourth. Vern Spring back up into the top 5. Jeff Hinkle has just unlapped himself now into 13th. Mark Dantuma pitted just a few laps after Jared Heasley. He's coming by. That is the battle for 11th. Vern Spring gives it up. He comes in. DJ Kenner and Kevin Reed both last pitted on lap 50. Ray Hillhouse and Kyle Holden also pitted on lap 50. As did Albie Hewins. All of those drivers likely still have another 3 or 4 laps of fuel in the tank. They're going to try and stretch it, hope for a caution. Rick Surgeon is on pit road. "20 laps to go at Michigan. Final pit stops underway. Brian Oshinska is on pit road for his final stop. Wild Bill Percy now on pit road for his final stop. Michael Whiting has just got himself back on the lead lap. The top two continue to pull away from Stephen Gibson in third, Ray Hillhouse in fourth. The top 6 drivers all the way back to Albie Ewan still have one more stop to complete. Kevin Reed staying right in the tire tracks of DJ Kenner here. Now the question is, when do they come to pit road? Brian Oshinska and Richie West both on fresh tires. As Kevin Reed goes to the lead, here come the fresh tires. Looks like DJ may be setting up to come to pit road. He does not, but Kevin Reed slips back by, and he goes back to the lead. Kevin trying to stay in Richie West's draft, get any advantage he can here. Richie currently in 12th. Ray Hillhouse now up to third, Stephen Gibson fourth, Kyle Holden fifth, Mark Nelson in sixth. Mark is the highest running driver who has completed his stop. He has already come by Albie Ewan, sets his sights on Kyle Holden. Kevin Reed starting to pull a little bit of a gap on DJ. Hillhouse still holding third, Gibson in fourth, and Kyle Holden in fifth is closing in on the cars ahead. Now 1.5 seconds behind Stephen Gibson. The top 5 still have to complete their final stops. Ray Hillhouse has struggled throughout the race tonight. Could really use a caution right now before he has to make that final stop. Kevin Reed, DJ Kenner also would like to see a caution here. Give them an opportunity to pit under yellow. Kevin Reed impressively has managed to stay in Richie West's draft, getting a little bit of an advantage here. DJ managing to hang with him thus far. Now DJ looks back to the bottom. He's going to go back to the lead. DJ can't complete the pass. Kevin Reed still has the lead. Hillhouse gaining on the top 2. Holden has gotten by Stephen Gibson, now into 4th. Sets his sights on Ray Hillhouse in 3rd. Meanwhile, the drivers on fresh tires come past the leaders. Kevin Reed still managing to stay in Richie's draft, giving him a bit of an advantage here. DJ staying with the both of them. Hillhouse still had been gaining a little bit of ground on him, now has started fading. Meanwhile, Holden continues to close in on the top three. Stephen Gibson sitting back in fifth now. Mark Nelson up to sixth. Mark's still the highest running driver who has completed his final stop. He is 4.5 seconds behind fifth place Stephen Gibson and gaining quickly. Next time by, Kevin Reed will get 10 laps to go. Still has to make that final stop. Oh, Kevin and DJ. How did they not wreck there? They were leaning on each other down the front stretch. DJ has the run on the bottom, but Kevin has the momentum off the high side. It's a drag race back down the back straightaway. This is exactly what Hillhouse wants to see. Oh, a bobble out of DJ through 3 and 4. Keeps his foot in it, but Kevin pulls back ahead. Surely neither of these drivers think they can go the distance on fuel. 9 laps to go here. Kyle Holden now up into fourth place, 1.1 seconds behind Ray Hillhouse. Mark Nelson also gaining quickly on Stephen Gibson, 1.7 seconds back. Mark Dantuma in 7th, Albie Ewens 8th, Jeff Hinkle 9th, Michael Whiting in 10th. Jared Heasley back into 11th. With 8 laps to go, do Kevin Reed and DJ Kenner need to go to pit road, or do they think they can stretch the fuel here? Both drivers pitted on lap 50. The fuel window we heard was 35 to 40 laps, but that 40 laps was being conservative. Neither of the top two have been racing conservatively the last few laps. Mark Nelson has finally gotten by Stephen Gibson, now up into 5th. Kyle Holden and Ray Hillhouse battling now for 3rd. Both of these drivers have not completed a final stop. Both stopped on lap 50. DJ Kenner has a problem off turn 2. He lost the back end. He manages to hold on to it. Let's see if we can look at a replay. Oh, DJ way out of shape. Great save by the Iceman. He continues moving forward. But that gave Kevin Reed a half-second gap. With 5 laps to go, I have to believe these guys think they can do it. Let's hop in Kevin Reed's helmet cam. Let's see if he's trying to save any fuel through 3 and 4. It does not appear he is clutching. He is not doing anything to save fuel here. 4 laps to go. Can they go the distance on fuel? Kevin Reed out front. DJ Kenner on his bumper. Kyle Holden now up to third, but 7.5 seconds back. The top 4 have not had a final stop. 3 laps to go. Ray Hillhouse still holds on to 4th. Mark Nelson in 5th, 2.3 seconds back and gaining quickly. DJ back to the back bumper on Kevin Reed. DJ now looks underneath as they come off turn 4. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go for... Oh! DJ trying to get some side draft. Kevin has the momentum off of turn 2. DJ does not lose the back end this time. It's a drag race. DJ pulls the nose ahead through turn 3. DJ Kenner back to the lead as the white flag comes out. 1 lap to go for the Iceman. Kevin Reed still right there with them. They are still battling it out. And there is the question of fuel here. And it looks like they're going to be able to make it as they go through 3 and 4. But can Kevin Reed make the move? Kevin sends it deep into turn 3. Everything he's got, but it won't be enough. DJ Kenner wins for the first time this season. Kevin Reed comes home in 2nd. Kyle Holden will come home 3rd. Hillhouse, what a run to come back to 4th. Mark Nelson in 5th. What a finish, what a race. Let's see if we can talk to our top 3, starting with Kyle Holden. Hey Kyle, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey Doug, what's going on?
Hey, were you saving any fuel there at the end? Because the numbers we had before the race, that was a really questionable end.
Yeah, everyone was pretty much saving. I was clutching in every corner just to see if I can save enough fuel to make it to the end, and you basically had to save all the way to the end to make it. So luckily we were able to save enough fuel and not run out on the last lap or anything.
Well, you definitely were able to stretch it out and make it to the end and come home with a podium finish after what looked like it was not going to be a great end of the night after pit stops.
Yeah, I had a pretty bad pit stop there. I hit the inside wall and just couldn't get it aligned right. Lost a bunch of time. But luckily, with the speed that we had with this Team Watson Camry, we were able to save enough fuel and just make our way through the field.
Well, man, congratulations. Another podium finish. Definitely a great night for you.
Appreciate it, Doug. You have a great night.
Kyle Holden comes home in in 3rd. Kevin Reed comes home 2nd. And Kevin, you said you don't like this track. How do you feel about it now?
I'm reconsidering.
Man, that was a heck of a run. You and DJ had one amazing battle there at the end. And there was a few close calls there.
Boy, that was such a blast, though. I mean, it was just so much fun. I was trying to save fuel at the same time while trying to battle him. I had more for him, but I knew that if I pushed a little bit too far, I'd end up in the pits before the checker flag come out.
Well, you did everything right.
I literally ran out of fuel when we crossed the line.
Oh.
I don't think I can cut it any closer than that, buddy.
I don't think you can either. I did not think anybody would be able to make it a full 40 laps there. You just barely do it and managed to get a second place finish. That is going to be a huge, huge boost for the playoffs.
Absolutely. And Doug, this is an interview with you.
I know.
That makes my year.
Well, man, congratulations. It was a well-earned second place finish tonight, buddy.
Thanks, Doug.
Kevin Reed comes home in second. DJ the Iceman Kenner wins the race. Looking to see, I have not seen him in Discord, but we'll give him a moment to see if he can hop in here. Meanwhile, don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern. Jones BS Racing will be back on track. Legends, Tour Mods, a lot of fun, exciting short track racing. Looking to see, I do not see DJ hopping in here to talk to us. Well, congratulations to the Iceman. They don't call him the Iceman for nothing. DJ gets his first win of the season at Michigan. Congratulations, buddy. I have not got to interview DJ in a very long time. But congratulations to the Iceman. Great race by everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you all had as much fun as we did. Have a wonderful night.